Katya asked if I could give a supply list for beginners, and well, I think that's an important question. So Katya and other beginners, here's your supply list for under $25. Let's start with the most important item, your loom. Here are two things I want you to keep in mind. Purchasing a single loom is not the most value for your money, and specialty looms make it a bit difficult to follow basic beginner patterns. Instead, I recommend that you look for a set of 4 basic, mass-produced plastic round looms. Don't get distracted by the huge options that you have in color and packaging and names. Just look for a good price. With the exception of the boy loom whose design on the peg I don't like, most of these looms are basically the same. Another thing that I want you to keep in mind is that a round loom does not mean a round project. So let's take a look at what a 24 peg round loom can make. Make a hat for your friend's new baby, and if you want to make things a little funky, create a different pom-pom. Make a scarf for your daughter or a new yarn holder for you to take your projects on the go. How about a baby for your baby? Or make it a girl, for that matter. Get your cat a new little cat. You can make socks, gloves, flowers to put on your headscarf, even a blanket. Yeah, a blanket. And don't believe those that tell you that you can't make a tight stitch on this kind of loom, because here it is. Next, of course, you need a hook to use with your loom. Alright, so my preference is the KB hook, but you will spend more money, and that's not really necessary, because guess what? Most of these sets come with a hook already included in the price. If you're worried that the hook is too thin, well then you can loom knit a grip. I'll give you a link to the video in the description. And the third thing you need, of course, is yarn, and you can get really nice, inexpensive worsted weight, and I like that weight because you can use it single strand for lighter projects or double strand for thicker projects. And inexpensive doesn't mean cheap, ugly, or boring. The fourth item is a nice sharp pair of scissors. Now I prefer the micro tip, but they can get a bit expensive, so don't worry about it. Any nice sharp tip scissors will be good, and you want them nice and sharp because you're going to do a lot of different things with your projects. Last but not least, you're going to need a counter to count your rows, and I like these tally counters. I paid like $2. Be careful with them when you look them up, because you'll find all kind of crazy prices for them, and if you don't want to go in that direction, you could always just use a notebook and a pen. Alright, those were your 5 most important items, and as you can see, when you total them up, they are under $25. Alright, so there are other cool things that you can make sure are in your toolbox, you know, measuring tapes, fancy stitch markers, or maybe an Amazon book by Denise from LoomaHat.com. When you're ready to get fancy, you can get yourself an upscale stitch marker, a wooden loom, and a really cool mug. Alright guys, that's it for this round. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.